Hi my dears, in this very interesting tutorial. This time we will create together and step by step these grids visit card using Photoshop. In this lesson you will learn and master different Photoshop tools and multiple image editing techniques. Before we begin, if you don't have the Adobe Photoshop installed in your machine, I place the link in the description below where you can download the last version of Adobe Photoshop for free. And if you have any problem installing the software, just leave me a comment and I will reply to help you. So let's get started. The first thing we are going to do is create a new file for the dimensions we will use the centimeter. So we go to File, New, and here we'll choose 6 and 4 centimeters with 300 in resolution, and we will use the rounded polygon tool with 18 pixels in the radius, and we will create our first polygon. So this is our first polygon. So we use Ctrl+T to show the transformation points, and we make a little rotation to our polygon. We push it a little to the top, like you can see here. Alright. So we continue moving our polygon to the top with this manner here. We make it a little smaller and we try to push it and place it here. That's fine. Click OK. And for now we try to move it a little. Ctrl+T and make a little rotation. I think now it's fine, so we will try to change its color. We move it a little before that. And we will change its color with this blue color. Right, and now for now we will create another polygon or rounded rectangle using Ctrl+G from the keyboard. We create another rounded rectangle. So we use Ctrl+T and we change its color to this sky blue. We rotate it using Ctrl+T from the keyboard and we will place it here. Like you will see in a few minutes what we are trying to do, what kind of design we are trying to create. So we continue, we move it a little to the top with this manner here, and for now I think everything is okay. We rotate it a little this manner here and move it to the top. Very good now, and we place it under the blue rounded rectangle. We make the last one before the first one, and we continue editing the dimensions of this rounded rectangle. Like you can notice here, we continue edit it. Very good. We move it a little to the left, we change the size a little. So we continue editing the rounded rectangle, the second one. We position it, we move it using the move tool until we have design we are searching for. That's fine. We use Ctrl G to create a double copy from this second layer, and this second rounded rectangle we create a new copy from it, and we will go and change its color to the blue one, this banner here, and we will use the move tool to move it. Resize it first using Ctrl T from the keyboard to show the transformation points. We edit the shape. Like you can see, we add a little width to it. Click OK now. So we selection the two rounded rectangle together using Ctrl from the keyboard, and using Ctrl G we create a new copy from these two rounded rectangles, and we move the new copy to the right like you can see here, and using Ctrl T from the keyboard we make a little rotation. We rotate the shapes with this manner here, and we position it in the right place. We make the two shapes very small like this, and we move them like this, like you can see here. We make them a little bigger. And we come back to the layers, we select them. Change the color to the green one, and we change the color of this to the blue one. We replace the two colors, we change them, we select the two layers together, we move them to this point, and we will try to add a little rotation until we get the form we are searching for, of course. So we delete this added layer and we create a new layer. This time we will use a circle, an ellipse. We create a circle using holding the shift key from the keyboard, and we will change the color of it to the blue one we are using in our visit card. Using Ctrl T from the keyboard, we make it more smaller, and using Ctrl G we will create a new copy from this circle. This is the second copy. We will change its color to the green one, and with the same manner we will create a third copy. Using Ctrl G from the keyboard, we will try to keep the distance between the three circles similar. We change the color another time. We select the three circles, we will move them and place them in this place here. So we move the three circles together, and we will try to insert a rectangle to play the role for a line. So we create a rectangle, we will make it very thin to play a line role. So we will move it and place it in the center. We create We will change the color first to this green color, and we will use the move tool and place it exactly in the middle of the two circles. So we will duplicate it using Ctrl G from the keyboard. We will first move it and place it under the three circles, under it, to look under the circles, and we will use the move tool to move the new copy from the rectangle and place it as the bottom, like you can notice here. All we have to do now is change its color to the blue one, like this. So now we will select the three layers together. We will try to move the circles to make the distance between the rectangle and the circles similar in the three cases, like this, with this manner here, like you can see. So we move the circles until we have the same distance as the top and as the bottom. Very good now. So we continue our edits. So now we select the rectangle and the circles, the three circles. Using the control from the keyboard, we can select, like you can see, multiple layers, and we will move the whole things together using the move tool, and using Ctrl T from the keyboard we can resize, make all the layers together bigger or make them smaller, like you want. So we will move the whole layers together and place them in the right place. Now we will use these icons. We will move the icon and place it here, and we convert it first to a smart object, and after that, using the Ctrl T from the keyboard, we will resize the icon and make it so small and place it in the middle of the circle, like you can see here. That's very good now. So we will use, with the same manner, two others icons. So we go here, we will select this icon, and using the move tool from here, we will move this icon and place it here. And with the same manner, first we convert it to a smart object, and after that, using Ctrl T from the keyboard, we make it small and we move it and place it in the middle of the circle like we did earlier. We click OK. The same thing we are going to do with the third icon. So this time we will use this message icon. So first we have to select with the color range, select these parts, and we go to edit, fill. We will fill it with the white color like this, and now all we have to do is deselect and use the move tool and move the icon and place it here and convert it to a smart object another time, and using Ctrl T from the keyboard, resize it, and using the move tool, move it and place it in the right circle here. So we will try to resize it a little and place it exactly in the center of the icon like this, and click OK. That's fine now. So now we will search for the green rectangle, because we will try to place an image there. We will try to place an image there. So we select the two rectangles here and we rotate them, the two together, and we place them in the right place. We want a little resizing and little editing until we have, and we finally have our design idea. So we want the two rectangles to look like this. So now we will open this image here, we will use it and place it in the green rounded rectangle. So using the move tool, we move the image, we place it in our design like this, and we will try to search for the green rectangle to move and place the image just at the top of this rectangle. So we will try to search for the rectangle in the layers here until we found it. Like, you know, we will try to find the rectangle, the green one, as the left. So for that we have to navigate in the layers panel until of course we find the rectangle, and we have to place our image. We just copy it and move it. You have to place it just at the top of this layer. So we are searching for the layer now. We make the layers visible on and off until we found it. Yes, this is the layer we are searching for. So we move the image and we place it just at the top of this layer. So here, that's fine. So now all we have to do is create a clipper mask. Like you can see the effects we had now. So like we did with every object we want to resize, we will convert it first to a smart object. After that we will use Ctrl+T from the keyboard. Like you can see, the image is very big. It has a very big resolution. So we move it until we can see it, and using Ctrl+T and holding the Shift key from the keyboard. Don't forget to hold the Shift key from the keyboard while resizing the image to make it keeps its dimensions, its quality, to not distort the image. So we continue resizing the image until we are satisfied with its size. So now I think, so now it is too small, so we have to make it more bigger like this. I think now it's very fine. So we continue editing the image like this. We click OK. Now everything is okay, like you can see here. So now all we have to do, we go to the top layer and we will create a text layer this time. We will create a title for our visit card. So we will change the font. I think we will use the Gothic Century font. You can of course use any font you are satisfied with or you like, but the terms of the concept and the objects of your design will have a very impact in choosing the font. So in our example we will use the Century Gotland font. We will use the bold one, and I will type my name. As a graphic designer, I will type my name and my job, of course, a graphic designer. So like you can see, there is so space between the two sentences. So I will select the whole things and I will go here and change the spacements between the two lines. I will make them very near to each other like this, in this manner here, and I will use the move tool so I will use the move tool and move the text to the right place. I see. And of course after that I will add a line under the text to make it looks more great, of course. So I make the text more bigger using Ctrl+T from the keyboard, and like you can see, I am searching for a good area to place my title. So maybe placing it in the rounded rectangle which is in the top, the blue one will be, so I change the font, the color of the font of my text, and I think I should be place it in the rounded rectangle as the top. So first I create a new copy from the text with Ctrl G. I will enter the contact as text, so the mail, the address, the phone number, and all the information about me, about this card, visit card. So I will change the text color to the blue one, change a little the size. So like you can see, I am changing the font type of my text, of course, like this. So this is the results I get after added a line to the title, to the text which is in the title. I add a line under it, and I finish entering the information text. So now I will come back to the text, which is the title. So I will select it with the rectangle. So I select the rectangle. I'm trying to select all the whole rectangles, rounded rectangles with the image as the left side, and using Ctrl T I will resize the 3 layers together at the same time with the image, of course, which is a clipper mask. If you remember, we used the image in this layer as a clipper mask. Now we will come back to the text layer, the title text layer, and we will try to place it at the top left, because I think it will be more handy to place the text there. So I am now editing the 2 rounded rectangles which are in the bottom part. So now I am searching for the layers. I will select them all using Ctrl from the keyboard. You can select multiple layers together and make edits on them at the same time. So with this manner I am trying to edit the text, the icons, and the circles. I am trying to select all of them together, to move them together, to not distort the design. So I will continue selecting the text layers with them, and now I can, using the move tool, I can move the whole 3 layers together. Like you can see, I will position them in the right place, and after that I will come back to the text, the title. I will try to move my title with the rectangle which presents the line under it. I will move it and place it here. It will be more accurate. So I will select the text. I will change its color to white to be shown here in this blue rounded rectangle, and I will move it a little like this. I will move also the rectangle like this. I will move it. So like you can see, if we make a little zoom in, we will see a kind of distortion here. The rectangle is up of the rounded rectangle, so we will have to eliminate a little and remove a little line here to make things looks great. So for that we will use a masking technique using a layer mask. We will use the mask technique with a brush tool with a black color. We remove the added parts here to get this wonderful design like you can see. So all we have to do now is add the logo. We will add this logo from this image here. I create the logo before beginning our design, so I convert it to a smart object because it have a very big dimensions. So I resize it first. Of course, we convert it to a smart object. After that, we resize it using the Ctrl T from the keyboard, and we will, I think we have to make it more smaller than that. With this technique here, I push it a little to the right like this. I think now that my design is perfect, it's ready to use, very professional. Like you notice, we create this design, this visit card design from the beginning, step by step, from a blank document. We get now this result. Alright guys, I wish you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe to get the tutorials coming up. If you have any issue installing the software or applying today's lesson, just leave me a comment and I will reply to help you. Thanks for watching and see you in the next tutorials.